How's it going, everybody? Wow, that was probably way too loud. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am AV Obsessed, and if you're watching this video, that means that you probably are too. And if you guys are regular viewers of the channel, you're probably thinking, didn't he just unbox a McIntosh preamp? What is going on? And you are correct. I did 2 months ago pick up a C49, and then ever since then I've been thinking to myself, do I want the C55 instead? Like, is it worth the upgrade? And then I just decided that it was, so I swapped it. I'm swapping the C49 out for the C55 now, just because there are some extra features on it that I kind of wanted, even though I probably don't need. But this is what it's like to be obsessed, like the channel name. Okay. So when you first open up the box, it's the standard McIntosh packaging where it's double boxed. You got the nice heavy duty foam corners and then a box within a box. So let's get that out of the way. This one's a little bit bigger and heavier than the other one, but not, you know, still not a massive monstrosity that weighs over 100 pounds like the amplifiers made by McIntosh are, which is good because that was not fun bringing that thing up the stairs. Okay, need my knife again because, okay. This time, I'm gonna hold the box from popping open, because when I unboxed the C49, I cut it open like that, and then the box tried to pop open, and the preamp wanted to fall out. And I missed some tape right here and here. Now it should be free. Okay, so right off the top, got the McIntosh owner's manual. And then this one's packaged a little bit more premium than the other one. The other one just had cardboard in here. This one's got the nice closed cell foam. Let's get that out of the way. And then your standard C13 power cord. Let's see if this is the same remote. There's one thing that I was a little bit disappointed in with the C49. And I'm pretty sure it's the exact same remote with the C55. I feel like the remote, for the price that you're paying for something like this, just doesn't feel quite as premium as I would expect it to. It's not a major complaint, but I don't know. I like some of the really high-end audiophile stuff from smaller companies. The remote like feels like a single piece of like milled aluminum with just like one little door on the back for the batteries. But yeah, this is the exact same remote that came with the C49. It's not bad, and like this whole outer edge is metal, but then here and here it's all plastic, so it kind of like creaks a little bit when you're using it. It's not terrible, but it's not as amazing a quality as I would hope for something as expensive as this guy. And then let's get to the main course here. Let's see. Oh, it's sealed on the sides, so this is probably kind of obnoxious to listen to with the microphone so close to me opening up this plastic bag. Oh, this one's got a shiny like metal side instead. I believe on the C49 that was black. This one it's silver. Or chrome, or whatever you want to call it. Okay. I'm sure there's a better way to do this. If I had a nice big table for unboxing, this would be a lot easier, but... So here's the front. So, first thing that's massively different from the C49 is the fact that this thing has all these tone control knobs going all the way across the front, so you don't have to enter any menus or anything like that. If you're like listening to a pair of speakers and you think these things are a little light on the bass, you just go down here and start turning these knobs up, and that'll give you more bass. And then If you think they're a little light on the treble or too hot in the treble, you can turn up and down the treble by adjusting these knobs. So they're just like right there on the front of the unit. Super easy to adjust that. And then same volume and input selector knob. And then your channel or output 1 and 2 and 3 and power and all those buttons there. Another huge difference with this one. That's interesting. It's got a little window in the top. I don't think I knew that that was there. So that's kind of nice. I'll still never be able to see that with it in my entertainment stand, but... And then on the back, this is the biggest difference that I was kind of interested in. So across the top here, these are all the outputs. And so you've got 3 pairs of XLR outputs on this thing. So you've got your high pass filter, low pass filter, and subwoofer XLR and RCA outs. So that's a huge feature. Like if you ever wanted to do a really crazy system where say you're going to use a solid state amp to power just the lower section of your speakers, you would connect to the low pass filter output, and then you can actually set a low pass filter in the preamp so that your solid state amp that's powering your woofers is only receiving the bass signal. And then the high pass outputs, if you wanted to connect like a tube amplifier to power your mid-range and treble drivers on your towers, you can plug that secondary amplifier into that and set a high pass filter where you want like whatever frequency you want it to be set to, so that that amp is only receiving the upper frequencies. So that means that your amplifiers are going to be operating at like lower distortion ranges basically for the different sections of your main speakers. And then you still also have XLR and RCA outputs for a pair of subwoofers too. So this preamp gives you a lot more flexibility as far as setting stuff up like that. And then because of the fact that it's a bigger chassis, it's going to have 3 pairs of XLR inputs versus just 2. And then you got your regular unbalanced inputs there. And then another major thing that this one has that the C49 didn't have is the HDMI ARC input. So this has the McIntosh, I believe it's MD2 or just D2 DAC module in it. So it's the same in that it's got 2 optical and coaxial SPDIF inputs and the USB and their proprietary like McIntosh digital link, like if you were going to use like a McIntosh CD player or something like that. And then that's all the same as what they had on the C49, but then in addition, you actually have HDMI ARC. So if you want to run a super high-end 2-channel system and you also want to integrate it in with your TV, if you're not really looking to do surround sound, like this thing will let you do that. It'll let you connect your really nice high-end 2-channel system to a TV. So that's another nice little extra feature that this thing has. So yeah, I didn't have the C49 for long. It sounded great, and I don't expect this, like for the way I'm gonna have it set up currently, I don't expect it to sound a whole lot better than the C49 did, but I just wanted those extra features, so I just decided to swap it out and pay the difference. So yeah, make sure you like and subscribe, and maybe I'll actually do a full review on this one and also like do a little bit of talking about the C49 in the review for this one and the differences and stuff like that. So make sure you like and subscribe.